my own example how I immigrated by using alternative way. Okay, alternative immigration, how I use. Okay, you see what's the difference? Basically, this is traditional immigration is so saturated. You can see the line that's it's so saturated, so busy, so many people are applying, hoping, but only a few here. If you see the line here, the green line, only a few gets into that. Okay, because it's so big competition here. On opposite alternative immigration, competing maybe it's not so big, but almost everyone gets into from people who are applying. That's the main difference if we can just put in a very simple word. So what does it mean, how it happening in a real life? Here it is how you immigrate to Canada after the age of 40, or in my case after age of 50. In 2018, I made decision because I had desire to go to Canada, but there was no way for me to go through traditional immigration, through this way, because of the age. I was 50, okay, 52 to be precise. I was not skilled worker, okay. I didn't qualify for any program that traditional immigration offers, and they have very, very nice programs, very good programs. The only problem is too little, too small chances are get to those programs, even if they are hundreds of thousands. Sounds like, oh my gosh, it's so many. Oh guys, this is not so many if you're comparing to the percentage, to the world who wants to get into. And specifically, if you are age of over 35, it's not so easy anymore, right? In traditional ways. So many people losing hope. That's why we've created traditional alternative way to traditional. Okay, how we immigrate. So I made decision I was gonna go there to Canada. I go where, and it was kind of like really funny because I chose to go to Vancouver, British Columbia, which is here, right here, and as you probably know, Vancouver, British Columbia, it's one of the most expensive places. If you can compare with Toronto, but not the cheapest place to go, not the less expensive place to go. But I never have been here in Vancouver. I never have been, and I didn't have any friends here. Nothing. I was developing online businesses that would allow me to go wherever I want in the world to go and still be taking some money in, okay? Not working physically on a store or in a shop or a workshop somewhere, which I used to do. I have a construction company, have been all owning small construction company, private company, then car shop, and was working in a pizzeria, and I have been delivery man after that, so all sorts of things. But when I developed, I was in my mind already making that decision that when I was going to go to Canada, I will need sources of income, right? You understand that? Okay, so at this point, I made already preparation for me to establish some incomes when I will land in Canada, the place I never have been, the city nobody knows me and I know nothing, even don't know what direction to go, okay? Need some preparation. So I prepared myself in that way. And then I said goodbye to my family. Not really goodbye, but see you soon, kind of like. I go to Canada. To make the long story short now, skipping all different parts, after 1 month, my wife came here with my son because I was kind of like spy. I landed here and trying to establish everything. Then they came here. After 1 month, I was already establishing here. I got my car and they came here and we started to work out all the necessary things from inside Canada by alternative way, including our status here, including the connections. We started to make some connections to search out from inside in Canada, being inside, which is more easier to do comparing to you if you are outside and trying to do something through the online. Because through the online, even if you are sending resumes or something like looking for the job, it's kind of like, you know, to be honest with you, it is what it is. Most of you know already. I don't even need to tell you. That's very close to hopelessness, because there is almost no hope in that. And that's what it is with the problem with traditional immigration. When you are using alternative immigration, when you are here, you can explore, you can get the job in the next day, even if you know where to go. Or even if you don't know where to go, you can just search around by using your own imagination or contacts, what you have been developing, whatever country you are coming from. That's the most easiest way for family to immigrate to Canada. Specifically, if you are comparing to my situation, somewhere the same, like age 40, 45, 50 and over. Okay. So that's the case, how we settled down here. And the next step, of course, was we need to find the cause or the reason why would we need to stay in Canada. Okay, so that gave us 2 years, 2 years of possibility to live here and to discover what can we do next. Okay, and trust me, there are so many possibilities. It's kind of like almost impossible to fail. That's why this score here is what we are making is close to kind of like the same, like 90% people who go that way will gonna stay in Canada. And it's much less expensive and much easier and much quicker than to go through all those forms and applications and get disappointed. I don't want to make impression that this way doesn't work. I hope you understand me right. This way works. It works. What I'm saying here is this is so much saturated and so big competition for traditional way that if you are really serious about moving to Canada, I would, this is why I'm talking like I'm promoting this way, alternative way, because that works very good for the family to immigrate. And you don't have to do the way like I did. I'm just sharing my story, how I did this. But if you just pick some nuggets out or you have any questions, please drop the comment. I should probably need to do some program and go a little bit wider with this and give people at least information that they can be transformed through the manifestation of right steps. And it doesn't mean that you will be 100%, because as I said, it's all about which way you choose to go. Okay, if to do it yourself, it's a little bit harder, but there are no complications. The complications always could be found somewhere, but there are no like really big problems that you couldn't go. As soon as you are in Canada, you have the biggest chance and the biggest hope to work out things, especially if you have somebody here. I didn't have any single body here. I needed to work it out myself. And thanks for being here. If you have any questions, please drop in the comments, and see you on Thursday on this channel.